Hello, friends. It is Denise from Loving Life at 60ish, and of course, fairyrosecottage.etsy.com. And it is Saturday. Now, I know you got a video from me today because I really filmed it yesterday. It was Friday night games, and no, it was not. It was the how many challenges did I finish in June and July up until now. And it did not load last night. It's my Minnie Mouse pen. I have no idea what the purpose of its head popping off is, but that's all right. And so it finally loaded up this morning, and I went ahead and I don't even know what today is. I think the 28th is Monday, so 27th, 26th, something like that. Yearlies. We're doing yearlies today. We have $185 to put in. I don't have my planner set up for the second half of the year, so that's why I'm writing them on Post-it notes. But anyway, it didn't get loaded up for some reason. And so it was a nice long video too, wasn't it? So I'm here Saturday night doing the yearlies, and I'm going to try to get it loaded up for this evening, but we'll see what happens. I just don't know. It's kind of late again. It is 7 o'clock. I have been out with my bestie all day today. We went and did what tourists would do, but we went to a town called Machias and some outskirts of that town. And there's a place there called Jasper's Beach, which I really, really wanted to go to. So she took me down. She used to live in Machias, and I do not believe I've ever been to Jasper's Beach, but it is amazing. It's all rocks, like huge borders of, or hills of rocks. I've got to do some reading up on it as to why there's no shells or sea glass or seaweed or anything like that mixed in with. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. And a lot of the rocks feel very polished. So anyway, we went there because, you know, I look for heart rocks, and we found some amazing heart rocks. We also went to a place called Rogue's Bluff, which is another beach, and found some cool heart rocks there too, guys. Scott was really with us today for sure, and so we treated him to ice cream after all that walking on beaches, because we either had more time to walk the other side of Jasper's Beach or go get a quick ice cream. And Chris Day said, what? Or I said, I don't remember which one of us said, what is it that Scott would want to do? Get ice cream or walk the beach some more? And of course, that is a no-brainer. He would want to get ice cream for sure. So that's what we did. And yeah, we had a really good time. We ate lunch. We did the two beaches. We found tons of heart rocks. Heart rocks are in the eyes of the beholder, guys, and they're not always perfect hearts. They might be kind of lopsided on one side or something. And so we were walking, and Christay said, "You are the keeper of imperfect hearts." And I thought, that is a great name, Keeper of Imperfect Hearts. So yeah, that feels really good. And then if you want a ghost story, Look up, Google Catherine's Hill in Maine. No, Google Catherine Hill. That's her name, Catherine Hill. Or her name is Catherine. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if her last name is Hill or it's about the hill. But anyway, Google Catherine Hill, Ghost Story, Maine. And see that. And so she took me on that road, and what I didn't know is until we got on that road is I have traveled that road so many times. When I was a kid, going to Tunk Lake fishing. When my son was dating a girl that was going to the University of Machias, we would take her back on Sunday nights. And my husband and my son Nate and I would drive home in the dark, in the fog, on this road. It just was, and if you, I mean, you know, you believe, you don't believe, whatever. I'm not sure how much I believe of things, but I felt different on this stretch of road than on any of the rest of it. And I realized I always sort of have. And the fog always freaked me out on this portion of the road we were on. But I didn't know why until Christay told me the story of her and her then husband going on their honeymoon to Bar Harbor, going too fast, their car or carriage, it's a little bit iffy, flew into the body of water there, and she died, but he was never found. So, yeah, Google Catherine Hill, Ghost Story, Maine. Okay, yearlies. Now, I did a little panic in last night's video that came out this morning about my property taxes. They did go up a bit over $800 this year with no notice, no warning. Yes, it was in the town council meeting that they were going to go up. There was no talk of how much, no percentage, no why, no how they came up with it. And nobody went to the meeting. So the town is in an uproar, but I will say that last year the same thing happened. Ours went up over $500 that time. So we're looking at ours having increased about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about almost $1,300 with no significant new value to the house. I mean, on the paperwork, it shows that there's no, higher value to our house. So anyway, it is due the end of August, not the end of this month, but they just gave it to us, surprise. And the last time when they did this, they gave us extra time last year because it hadn't been announced, but there's no announcement that there's any extra time to come up with this extra money, sadly. Secondly, one of you suggested seeing if I could do payments. You can do payments as long as you get that half of the amount done by a certain date, but it means you got to go in and pay the payments or send a check every month or whatever. And you get interest charged to it. You do not get a discount for anything. Paying on time, paying early, nothing. There is no discount. We do have the Homestead Act on ours, luckily, so that definitely helps. Yeah, so, but it's due the end of August, not the end of July. So I had a bit of a freak out about it, and I certainly thought about it quite a bit in the last 48 hours. And I see that there's more stuff up on Facebook today about it and everything. I mean, people are really in an uproar about it. So am I, but quietly in an uproar because I've got too many other things going in my heart and my head. So, but I'm going to have to pay it. So at first I thought I'm going to take that whole $182 and put it towards property taxes. But what I know is I have the original amount that I needed for this half already put aside. Scott made sure of that for last time's back in March and for this time. So I've got to come up with an extra almost $400 because we pay half of it in August and then half of it in March. So I'm just going to play through these because there are other things that I need to be saving money for also. And so I'm just going to go through them once, and then I'm just not going to panic about it because I feel like it is what it is, right? I mean, I have to pay it. I have pulled money from these and put it, it's in savings, and I have whatever is here, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 290 there, plus, 1, 2, 3, that's 300. $320 right there. So almost enough to pay that extra amount this time. Still doesn't take away the sting of it though. I'll be perfectly honest with you. But I am just going to keep doing what I need to do. So I'm just going to go through this once to see what I have left to save. I'm going to start this over again. Because I do have, how much did I put in? 100. Oh, I could have figured it out here. 250, 70, 290. Yeah. And then there's some in there. So, I am just going to plug away at this. This one is done, but I need to erase it and start it all over again because I still have the generator and the furnace have to be cleaned again. They are serviced every year in the fall. And I have this set aside for the furnace, but the generator I used last fall. So I need to erase this one and start again. Same with this. This is going to be, I'm always going to have propane. I did not have to buy a lot of propane this year. My generator went on once last winter, back in November. And Scott, and I called the propane company and had them come right over. Well, they didn't come right over. We wanted them to, within that week. And fill the tanks, but they did eventually come and fill the tanks. So they are full right now. And then heating oil. I've used this money that I saved, and so I definitely need to keep on saving this. But I'm not going to start these over. I'm going to just keep plugging away at these ones. But the ones that are done, I'll start over again. The vet bill, that's already paid for this year, so I need to pay it it'll come up in December. Now this is just or January, depends. This is just the regular vet bill. This is no extras. This is not the vet bill that I had back in June for Willow's sonogram, ultrasound and stuff. This is just the yearly bills for the cat, the dog, and the other dog. Amazon, I'm going to erase this and start over because you know that Amazon Prime is going to come back up again. My Shopify has been paid for this year, and this is all gone, this money. And so it's, I will finish this out and then start over again because it'll be due again in March. These savings challenges, I believe, are all up in the shop. If you're looking for them, they don't say anything on the tops of them. I mean, this one does, Amazon Prime, right? But this does not say Shopify on the top of it. So you can use it for clothing, a clothing allowance. Or did I already put money in there? I'm going to say I did not. I can't remember. And then Canva and car registration, which is due right now. It was due in June, and I did not pay it, guys. And so I need to get it done this week. And the other thing I want to do is tires. And there was one other thing that we talked about. Tires and heat pumps. So those have to be cleaned every year too and serviced. So I'll be making new ones of that too. I'll be erasing this, the car registration one, because I got to get it done, guys. All right, so we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 that aren't finished. And I don't know that any of them are close to being done. This one is going to be done. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yay! Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh, I have eaten so much food this week. I mean, today. Well, this whole week. But today, especially. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. My college roommates should be arriving home fairly soon. Boy, I feel like I didn't put money in that. I don't think I did. I don't think I put the 5 in that. I think I put it in the wrong one. Well, let's see. We're going to count it up anyway, aren't we? All right. So we should have $400 total. Let's see. 10, 20. I am so ready to put my jammies on and call it a day. $70. 25. So that's 130. And then we have 130. I gotta write that down. 130. We have 200. And then we have 20, 45. Okay, so we're minus $25 in this. I don't know, guys. Honestly, I might have pulled money before from this and just not included it in these. There could be so many reasons, but we're going to just call it done, and I'm going to restart it because Shopify starts. And this is just going into the savings account. I have already paid this, and so this money is already missing out of the account. $363 of it. Yearlies. 130. Yearlies. Savings. You know those days when you got a lot of fresh air and you just want to crash? That's how I'm feeling. Okay, so that is done. Even though, I mean, we are $25 short. And I started this so long ago that I believe what probably happened was I pulled whatever money was in it out to pay towards this, and it is recorded in my notebook. Let's see, we still owe that $2. I'm not eating supper tonight. I know that. If I get hungry later, I'll have a piece of toast. But holy smanoles, or holy cowabunga, dude. 15, 20, 21, 22. We're going to do 2 more of these. 1, 2. I was hoping to stay up and work on some new challenges tonight. I don't tend to do it until late at night, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Okay. Now, what I might end up doing, honestly, guys, is pulling all of this. This is already pulled. Pulling all of whatever's left in these envelopes and starting all over all together. 10, 15, 20. I'm not sure, but, you know, I'm kind of feeling that just to get these cleared up and start all over again. This is a good time of year to start it all over again and bank the money that's already in it, because you know, I'll need this propane, and, well, I won't need the propane right now, but I'll need the heating oil right now because they'll be coming to deliver that in another month, probably. And to me, it makes sense to say, okay, I got as far as I could with these. Let's start all over again. And add two new ones right now, right? You know, there was another one too. I think the post office fee and the safety deposit box fee. I should probably do. I don't know what to call those. Incidental fees, maybe. Okay. For me, the big thing right now is building up my savings challenge account again. 5. What did we just do? Okay, we're going to do 20. So I only did 1, but I'm going to go ahead and do another 20. Another 5. 10. I am more and more convinced that that is what I'm going to do, because it's only 3 challenges. 1, 2, 3. And I know I started the Frozen challenge in games, but I might put it in here instead for yearlies. You know what? I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have another Let's Get Organized video day. Look, there's exactly $11, so we'll put it in. Property taxes. The Let's Get Organized Day. Because I'm also going to have to change how much each of these balloons is worth. Because right now, it brings me to $18.40, and I need 2,200 and something, I believe. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying is, I think because I've got 3 challenges left, 4 challenges, 1, 2, 3, 4, that I'm going to pull this money, put it into the savings challenge account, and then erase all this and start all over again. Like this I'm going to keep at 700. This one I'm going to figure out because I bought a lot of oil in the beginning of the year. But then when we got the heat pumps, I wasn't buying as much oil. So I want to figure that out. I know the other one. Oh my gosh, snow plowing. I spent so much money on snow plowing this year. I'm going to do it right now, guys, while you're right here. Because then I can drop it off in the box, the outside box, right? And have it in savings to pay what needs to be paid. I think that this is the best thing to do, and start this book all over again. Tell me yay or nay. Obviously, I'm going to do it, right? I'm doing it right this minute, guys. But is this what you would do? And start all over fresh, because it's July, sort of halfway through the year. It's a little over halfway through the year, right? A month over halfway through the year. But it feels like a good time to take stock and restart this with the 3 new challenges. And yeah, okay. We're going to do it. So stick with me a little longer. Yearlies. Closeout. This will feel good to get this in the account too. Property. I need to reevaluate, I think. This property tax one, it's going to take my lifetime to finish it. $30. I mean, every year, if I start now, I have to have this, half of this done by March. Blah. 20. $23. Okay, so 73, and we're going to put the money that's already in the account, but it's probably not in the account anymore. You know what I mean? It was spent back in March for the March one. 23. We have 100. 50, 200, 250, 290, and that's what I figured. Okay. Now we have, I feel so good about this. I mean, yes, I would love them to be all done and finished and let's go, right? But I feel like this is a good way to build up the savings account and start afresh. 340. 1, 2, 3, 40. Sorry for keeping you so long. 340. We don't have a lot in this one. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Because you see, remember, I pulled most of this back at the end of May, I believe. Pretty sure it was May. And this is heating oil. One, 2, 3, 4, and I paid a $600 bill last, and I know I used that $400 that I had, and then I believe I robbed Peter to pay Paul to pay the rest of it. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And I have to, before I get my jammies on, run in town anyway. So I'll just put this in the night box. They're going to come in Monday morning and go, whoa, she was busy. And this is vet. 1. These are all okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 50, 390. And remember, I did have a vet appointment back in June with the ultrasound, and I'd have to go back and look in my book, but possibly I said, possibly I used that money, but I feel like it's in my notebook. I feel like it's still in the account though. 10, 20. 5, 10. This also gives me a chance. Sometimes you just don't know how much money you have in these savings challenges until you start closing them out. I think that might work in there. Okay, so $60. And then, of course, we have the one that we just finished. Now, I'm not going to ring the bell on all of these. Just because simply I didn't finish them, right? Let's see. So this one was $130. And it was Shopify. $130. And so, you know, I have this money kind of sitting here when right now, because my budget is all willy-nilly, it might be very helpful to help do like the car registration and the rest of the property taxes and stuff. 1, 2, 245. Is that right? 1, 2, 45. Yep. Okay, let's see what we've done here. 10, 20. Let's see now. Let's put this back in here because we're going to use all of these challenges again and add in the new ones. I need to make some new ones. Okay, so we have 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, 110. And then we have 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I don't know if I have any more. Oh, I do. So 100. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Then we have this, which is 50. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24, another 25. We're up to 350. Always hold our breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 368, which I'm going to tell you guys is just a little more than what I need for the extra property taxes. Now I know that means I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? And I get that, but it may be what just saves me this time, and then I can start over again. Let's see if we're right though. 73, 50, 55, 60, 130. What did I say? 368. Yay! Okay. I feel good. Do 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 do. I do. I feel good about this. You know, and again, You may look at this and go, oh no, you should not do it that way. That does not make sense, right? And it might not make, you're right, it might not make sense to you. And that is why I say over and over and over again, this is all about you, okay? It is your money, your way. They are your savings challenges. If you want to roll the dice 4 times to figure out how much money to save, then you can do that. If you want to not finish a challenge and start something new, you can do that. I mean, folks, this is the way you save money, right? So I'm going to leave this out because I want to remember to do that. So to me, this feels right. I had to talk myself through it, right? While we're standing here, I'm talking myself through it while I'm talking to you. And this is Yearly's savings account. But it feels right to me to do it this way. I'm not saying it did when I first thought of it. I had to really talk through it. You guys helped me do that. So, dun 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 dun. There. All right. I will see you real soon. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and into Sunday. Actually, I can keep this out too. I think I've got a couple missing. And happy savings. Bye.